Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another powerful and useful episode here at Code Your English, the place where we improve our English while learning useful ideas that can change our lives. I am very happy that you are here with me today. Whether you are listening while relaxing at home, walking outside, traveling, or taking a short break from your busy day, thank you so much for joining me. It truly means a lot to have you here. Today, we are going to talk about a very interesting and powerful topic. Our topic today is how to become smart. Now, let me ask you a few simple questions. Have you ever looked at someone and thought, wow, this person is really smart? Have you ever asked yourself, why are some people so smart? Or maybe you have wondered, can I become smarter too? These are very important questions. Many people think smart people are simply born smart. They believe intelligence is something fixed. They think if you are born smart, you stay smart. And if you are not, then nothing can change. But is that really true? Are smart people born smart? Can anyone become smarter? Is intelligence fixed forever? These are the questions we will explore together in today's episode. The truth is, many people misunderstand what it means to be smart. Some people think being smart means getting high grades in school. Others think it means speaking very fast, solving difficult math problems, or knowing everything. But being smart is much more than that. Being smart is not only about talent. It is not only about natural ability. In fact, becoming smart is often about how you think, how you learn, and how you grow every day. It is about building good habits, asking good questions, and staying curious about the world around you. Here is something important I want you to remember. Your brain is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. Just like your body gets stronger with exercise, your mind becomes sharper with learning, practice, and experience. This means something very powerful. It means you do not need to be born a genius to become smarter. You can improve. You can grow. You can train your mind. And that is the good news for all of us. In this episode, we will talk about simple habits and practical ideas that can help you become smarter in your daily life. These are not complicated ideas. They are simple, practical, and useful. And the best part is, anyone can start using them. So, if you want to think better, learn faster, make better decisions, and grow as a person, then stay with me until the end of this episode. And as always, while listening, you are not only learning valuable life lessons, but you are also improving your English listening, speaking, and vocabulary step by step. So take a deep breath, relax, and let's begin this journey together. What does it really mean to be smart? Before we talk about how to become smart, we first need to understand something very important. What does it really mean to be smart? This is a simple question, but many people have the wrong idea about it. In today's world, many people misunderstand intelligence. They judge smartness in very limited ways. Because of this, many people also underestimate themselves. For example, when we think about a smart person, many of us imagine someone who gets high grades in school or university. We imagine someone who always gets the correct answer in class. Someone who is very good at math, science, or difficult subjects. Many people believe that this is the only meaning of intelligence. But the truth is, intelligence is much bigger than school grades. Getting high grades can be good, of course. It shows hard work and good learning skills. But grades alone do not tell the full story about a person's intelligence. Some people get average grades but become very successful in life because they know how to think, solve problems, and make smart decisions. Some people also think being smart means having a strong memory. They believe smart people remember everything. They can memorize facts, numbers, names, and information very quickly. Yes, memory can be helpful, but having a good memory is only one small part of intelligence. Other people think smart people speak very fast. They think if someone talks confidently and quickly, that person must be intelligent. But speaking fast does not always mean thinking well. Sometimes the smartest people speak slowly because they think carefully before they speak. And many people believe smart people know everything. But this is not true at all. In fact, truly smart people understand something very important. They know that they do not know everything. They stay humble. They stay curious. They keep learning. So if being smart is not only about grades, memory, speaking fast, or knowing everything, then what does being smart really mean? Being smart means thinking clearly. It means understanding situations carefully and seeing things in a logical way. Smart people do not always react quickly. They take time to think and understand before making decisions. Being smart also means solving problems. Life is full of challenges. Problems happen in school, work, relationships, and daily life. Smart people are not people without problems. They are people who learn how to handle problems in better ways. Being smart also means learning from mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. No one is perfect. Smart people also fail sometimes. They also make wrong decisions. But the difference is that they learn from those experiences. Instead of repeating the same mistake again and again, they grow from it. Being smart also means making good decisions. Every day, we make choices. Some choices are small, and some are very important. Smart people try to think about consequences. They ask themselves, is this a good choice? Will this help me in the future? And there is another important part of intelligence that many people forget. Being smart also means understanding people. This is very important in life. Some people are excellent at understanding emotions, relationships, and human behavior. They know how to listen, communicate, and connect with others. For example, one person may be very good with numbers. They can solve difficult math problems very easily. Another person may be very good with people. They know how to build trust, communicate well, and help others feel comfortable. A third person may be excellent at solving problems and finding practical solutions in difficult situations. All of these people are smart, but in different ways. This is something important to remember. Intelligence does not look the same in everyone. People have different strengths. One person may shine in academics, another may shine in communication, another may shine in creativity or leadership. So never judge your intelligence only by one standard. And please remember this: smart people are not perfect. They do not always have the right answers. They do not know everything. They do not succeed all the time. What makes them smart is something deeper. They know how to think. They know how to learn. They know how to grow. And the beautiful thing is this: these are skills that you can build too. The biggest myth about intelligence. Now that we understand what being smart really means, let's talk about one of the biggest myths about intelligence. This is a very common belief, and sadly, it stops many people from growing. The biggest myth is this: intelligence is fixed. In simple words, Many people believe that smartness is something you are born with, and that it cannot really change. They think some people are naturally smart, while others are naturally average. Because of this belief, many people stop trying before they even begin. Maybe you have heard people say things like, "I was born average." Some people say, "I am not naturally smart." Others say, "Smart people are just different from me." These kinds of thoughts are very common. In fact, many people quietly say these things to themselves every day. Maybe they struggled in school. Maybe learning felt difficult for them. Maybe they compared themselves to someone who learned faster. Over time, they started believing something dangerous. They started believing that they simply do not have what it takes. But here is the truth. That belief is wrong. Smartness is not fixed. Intelligence is not something that stays exactly the same forever. Your brain can grow. Your mind can improve. You can become better at thinking, learning, and solving problems. This is very important to understand. Your brain is not like a stone. It is not fixed and unchangeable. Your brain is alive. It changes. It grows. It adapts. Think about it this way. Imagine someone who never exercises. Their body may feel weak. Their muscles may not be strong. But if they start exercising regularly, day after day, week after week, their body becomes stronger. At first, the progress may be slow. They may feel tired. They may struggle. But with consistency, their muscles grow stronger. Your brain works in a very similar way. The more you use your brain in healthy and challenging ways, the stronger it becomes. Every time you learn something new, your brain is working. Every time you solve a problem, your brain is growing. Every time you practice a skill, your mind becomes stronger. This means something powerful. You do not become smarter by doing nothing. You become smarter by using your brain. Reading helps your brain grow. Learning a language helps your brain grow. Asking questions helps your brain grow. Solving challenges helps your brain grow. Even making mistakes and learning from them helps your brain grow. Yes, even mistakes can help you become smarter. Many people think struggling means they are not smart. But struggling often means you are learning. It means your brain is being challenged, and challenge is part of growth. Think about when you first started learning something difficult. Maybe it was English. At the beginning, everything felt hard. New words were difficult. Listening felt difficult. Speaking felt uncomfortable. But what happened with practice? Slowly, things improved. Words became easier. Sentences became clearer. Speaking became more natural. You improved because your brain adapted through practice. This is proof that growth is possible. So if you ever catch yourself thinking, "I am not smart enough," stop and question that thought. Instead, say this, "I may not know it yet, but I can learn." That small change in thinking can change everything. The truth is, smart people are not always born different. Very often, they simply build better habits. They stay curious. They keep learning. They challenge their minds. They practice consistently. That is how growth happens. So please remember this important message. Never limit yourself with old beliefs. Never decide your future based on your past struggles. You are not stuck. You are growing. Your brain can become stronger. Your thinking can improve. Your intelligence can grow. And that is the beautiful truth. Smartness is not fixed. Smartness can grow. Now the big question is this. If smartness can grow, then how can we actually become smarter in daily life? The good news is that becoming smart does not require magic, special talent, or being born a genius. It often comes from simple daily habits that train your mind over time. In the next part of this episode, we are going to explore some powerful habits of smart people. Habits that can help you think better, learn faster, solve problems more effectively, and make wiser decisions. These habits are simple, practical, and something anyone can start building from today. Habit 1. Stay curious. Let's now talk about the first habit of smart people, and this habit is very powerful. The first habit is simple. Stay curious. Curiosity is one of the biggest signs of an intelligent mind. Smart people are curious. They want to understand things deeply. They do not just accept everything without thinking. Instead, they ask questions. They want to know more. They want to understand how things work and why things happen. You will often notice that smart people ask simple but powerful questions like why, how, what if? These three questions may sound small, but they can open the door to great learning. For example, a curious person may ask, why do people behave this way? They try to understand human behavior, emotions, and decisions. Instead of judging quickly, they become interested in understanding people better. They may also ask, how does technology work? Today, we use technology every day. We use phones, computers, and the internet. A curious person does not only use these things, they also wonder how they work. They may ask, why do habits matter? They want to understand why small daily actions can create big results in life. This is how learning begins, with questions. Curiosity is powerful because it pushes you to explore. It helps you move beyond surface-level thinking. Instead of just seeing things, you begin to understand them. Think about children for a moment. Children are naturally curious. They ask many questions every day. They ask why the sky is blue. They ask how birds fly. They ask why people do certain things. This curiosity helps them learn quickly. As adults, many people slowly lose this habit. They stop asking questions. They stop exploring. They stop learning deeply. Life becomes routine, and curiosity becomes weaker. But smart people protect their curiosity. They keep that learning mindset alive. The beautiful thing is that curiosity can be developed. You do not need to be born curious. You can train yourself to become more curious every day. Start by asking more questions. When you learn something new, go deeper. Ask yourself, why is this true? Or, how does this work? Be interested in the world around you. There is so much to learn. Every person, every experience, and every challenge can teach you something valuable if you stay open and curious. And most importantly, never stop learning. Read books, listen to podcasts, watch educational videos, have meaningful conversations, learn new skills. Keep feeding your mind with useful knowledge. Remember, the smartest people are often not the ones who know everything. They are the ones who never stop learning. And learning starts with curiosity. So if you want to become smarter, start with this simple habit. Stay curious. Keep asking questions. Keep exploring. Keep learning. Because curiosity is where intelligence begins. Habit 2. Read and learn daily. Let's move to the second habit of smart people. This habit is simple, practical, and life-changing. Habit number 2 is read and learn daily. One thing you will notice about smart people is that they never stop learning. They understand that learning is not something that ends after school or university. Learning is a lifelong journey. Smart people keep feeding their minds with useful knowledge. They know that the more they learn, the better they think, understand, and make decisions. One of the best ways to grow your mind is through reading and daily learning. Reading is powerful because it expands your knowledge. Every time you read something useful, you learn new ideas, new information, and new ways of thinking. The more knowledge you gain, the more connections your brain can make. Reading also improves your vocabulary. This is especially helpful for English learners. When you read regularly, you naturally discover new words, phrases, and sentence structures. Over time, this improves your speaking, listening, and communication skills. But reading does more than improve knowledge and vocabulary. It also improves your thinking ability. When you read, your brain is active. You are processing information, understanding ideas, and connecting concepts. This strengthens your ability to think clearly and deeply. Reading also expands your imagination. It helps you see beyond your current world. It introduces you to new perspectives, new ideas, and different ways of living and thinking. And here is something important to remember. Learning does not only come from books. Yes, books are wonderful, but today we have many ways to learn. You can learn from podcasts, articles, and educational videos. You can learn from conversations with smart people. You can learn from daily experiences if you stay open and observant. The most important thing is not where you learn from. The important thing is that you keep learning consistently. And here is the good news. You do not need to study for many hours every day. Even 15 to 20 minutes of daily learning can create powerful results over time. Think about it. If you spend just 20 minutes learning something useful every day, that becomes hours of learning every month. Over 1 year, that small daily habit can completely change your knowledge, mindset, and skills. This is how smart people grow. Not through one big moment, but through small daily progress. Small learning may feel unimportant today, but over time, it creates big results. So, if you want to become smarter, build this simple habit. Read something useful every day. Learn something new every day. Feed your mind with ideas that help you grow. Remember, every small thing you learn today is building a smarter version of yourself tomorrow. Habit 3. Think deeply. Now let's move to the third habit of smart people. This habit is powerful because it changes the quality of your decisions and actions. Habit number 3 is think deeply. In today's fast-moving world, many people react too quickly. They speak too quickly, decide too quickly, and judge too quickly. They often respond without taking enough time to think. When something happens, many people react immediately based on emotion, habit, or pressure. They do not pause, they simply react. But smart people are different. Smart people understand the value of pausing and thinking. They know that quick reactions often lead to poor decisions, misunderstandings, and unnecessary problems. Instead of reacting immediately, they stop and think. They ask important questions like, why did this happen? What can I learn from this? What is the best solution? These simple questions help them see situations more clearly. Deep thinking means looking beyond the surface. It means trying to understand the bigger picture instead of only reacting to what you see in the moment. This habit is useful in many parts of life. For example, before making an important decision, smart people think carefully. They do not only think about the present moment, they also think about future consequences. They ask themselves, is this the right choice? Will this decision help me or hurt me later? This kind of thinking helps people make better decisions in life, work, studies, and relationships. Deep thinking is also important before speaking. Words are powerful. Once you say something, you cannot take it back. Many people speak emotionally and later regret their words. They wish they had thought more carefully. Smart people understand this. They think before they speak. They choose words carefully. They try to communicate clearly and wisely. Deep thinking is especially important during emotional situations. When someone upsets you, criticizes you, or makes you angry, reacting immediately can make things worse. Emotions can be strong, but smart people do not let emotions fully control their actions. They pause, they breathe, they think. They ask themselves, what is the best way to handle this situation? This small pause can make a huge difference. The truth is, deep thinking is becoming rare today. Many people are distracted all the time. Phones, social media, and constant noise make it harder to think deeply. That is why developing this habit is so valuable. Give yourself time to think. Spend quiet moments reflecting. Ask better questions. Try to understand things deeply. Remember, intelligence is not only about knowing information, it is also about using information wisely. Smart people do not rush into everything. They think carefully before they act, and that is why they often make better choices. So if you want to become smarter, build this habit. Slow down. Pause more often. Think more deeply. Because smart people think before they act. Habit 4. Learn from mistakes. Now let's move to the fourth habit of smart people. This habit can completely change the way you grow in life. Habit number 4 is learn from mistakes. The truth is very simple. Everyone makes mistakes. No matter how smart, successful, or experienced someone is, mistakes are part of life. Nobody is perfect. Every person makes wrong decisions, faces failures, and experiences setbacks at different points in life. But here is something important. Smart people are not smart because they never make mistakes. Smart people are smart because they know how to learn from their mistakes. This is a big difference. Many people fear mistakes. They feel ashamed when they fail. They think making a mistake means they are not good enough, not smart enough, or not capable enough. Because of this fear, some people stop trying new things. They avoid challenges because they are afraid of failure. But smart people think differently. They understand that mistakes are not the end. Mistakes are teachers. When something goes wrong, smart people do not only feel disappointed, they also become curious. They ask important questions like, what went wrong? What can I improve? What can I learn from this experience? These questions help them grow. For example, imagine a student who fails an exam. One student may think, I failed. I am not smart. This kind of thinking creates fear and discouragement. But a smart student thinks differently. They ask, why did I fail? Did I prepare enough? Did I use the right study methods? What can I do better next time? This mindset creates growth. The same thing happens in business. Someone may make a bad business decision and lose money. That mistake can feel painful, but it can also teach powerful lessons about planning, decision-making, and patience. The same is true in life. Sometimes we trust the wrong people. Sometimes we say the wrong words. Sometimes we make poor choices. These experiences can hurt, but they can also teach us valuable lessons if we are willing to learn. Every mistake carries a lesson. Sometimes the lesson teaches you what to do. Sometimes it teaches you what not to do. Both are valuable. The important thing is not to repeat the same mistakes again and again without learning. Growth happens when mistakes turn into wisdom. So if you make a mistake, do not be too hard on yourself. Do not see failure as the end of your journey. Instead, see it as part of learning. Remember, mistakes do not make you weaker. If you learn from them, they make you wiser, stronger, and smarter. So if you want to become smarter, build this habit. Accept mistakes, learn from them, grow through them, because every mistake can teach you something valuable. And in the end, mistakes help us grow smarter. Habit 5. Improve communication skills. Now let's move to the 5th habit of smart people. This habit is very important in daily life because intelligence is not only about what you know, it is also about how well you communicate with others. Habit number 5 is improve your communication skills. Many people think intelligence only means having knowledge, but that is not completely true. A person may have a lot of knowledge, but if they cannot communicate clearly, their ideas may not help others. Smart people understand the power of communication. They know how to speak clearly, listen carefully, and express their ideas in simple and effective ways. They do not try to sound complicated just to impress others. Instead, they focus on making their message easy to understand. This is a real sign of intelligence. Speaking clearly is powerful because it helps others understand your thoughts, ideas, and feelings. When you can explain things well, people trust you more and understand you better. But communication is not only about speaking. Listening is equally important. In fact, smart people are often great listeners. They pay attention. They listen carefully before giving opinions or making decisions. They understand that listening helps them learn more and understand people better. Good communication improves many areas of life. First, it improves relationships. Clear and honest communication helps build trust with family, friends, co-workers, and other people around you. Many misunderstandings happen simply because communication is poor. Second, communication creates opportunities. In work, business, school, and life, strong communication skills often open doors. People who communicate well usually perform better in interviews, presentations, meetings, and conversations. Third, communication improves problem solving. Many problems become easier to solve when people communicate clearly and listen carefully. Good communication helps people share ideas, understand challenges, and find better solutions together. This is why communication is such an important skill for smart people. And now I want to say something especially important for you as an English learner. Every time you practice English, you are not only learning a language, you are also improving your communication skills and training your brain. When you learn English, you practice listening carefully. You practice expressing your thoughts. You practice organizing ideas into clear sentences. All of this strengthens your thinking and communication abilities. That means learning English is helping you become smarter in many ways. So if you want to become smarter, work on your communication skills. Practice speaking clearly. Learn to listen carefully. Try to express your ideas in simple and meaningful ways. Remember, being smart is not only about having good ideas, it is also about sharing those ideas effectively with others. Because speaking clearly, listening carefully, and communicating wisely are all important parts of being truly smart. Habit 6. Spend time with smart people. Now let's move to the sixth habit of smart people. This habit may look simple, but it has a huge impact on your growth. Habit number 6 is spend time with smart people. The people around you influence your thinking more than you may realize. Your environment shapes your habits, mindset, beliefs, and even your future. Whether you notice it or not, you learn from the people around you every day. Their way of thinking, speaking, acting, and living affects you over time. That is why it is important to ask yourself some honest questions. Do your friends inspire growth? Do the people around you encourage learning? Do they motivate you to become better? These are important questions because the people in your life can either help you grow or keep you stuck. If you spend most of your time with people who complain all the time, avoid learning, and do not care about growth, that energy can slowly affect your mindset too. Over time, negative thinking can become normal. But the opposite is also true. When you spend time with people who are positive, curious, and growth-focused, you naturally begin to grow as well. This is why smart people are careful about their environment. They often surround themselves with learners, thinkers, and positive people. Learners are people who love improving themselves. They read, study, ask questions, and stay open to new ideas. Their mindset encourages growth. Thinkers are people who reflect deeply. They do not simply follow everything blindly. They ask good questions, think carefully, and try to understand life more deeply. Positive people are also important. Positive does not mean perfect or always happy. It means they bring good energy. They encourage growth, support learning, and help others move forward. When you spend time with people like this, you learn naturally. You hear better ideas. You join better conversations. You become more motivated to improve yourself. And here is something important to remember. Spending time with smart people does not always mean being physically close to them. You can learn from smart people through books, podcasts, videos, and online communities. You can surround your mind with good ideas even from a distance. This is especially important if you do not currently have the right environment around you. Be intentional about what influences your mind. Choose people, ideas, and environments that help you grow. Remember, growth is easier in the right environment, so if you want to become smarter, pay attention to the people around you. Build connections with people who inspire you, challenge you, and encourage you to improve. Because over time, your environment shapes your thinking, and your thinking shapes your future. Habit 7. Take care of your brain. Now let's move to the seventh habit of smart people. This habit is often ignored, but it is extremely important. Habit number 7 is take care of your brain. Many people want to become smarter. They want to think clearly, learn faster, and make better decisions. But they often forget something very important. Your brain works best when your body is healthy. In simple words, a healthy body supports a healthy mind. Your brain is working all day. It helps you think, learn, solve problems, remember information, and make decisions. Because your brain works so hard every day, it needs proper care. If you do not take care of your body, your brain performance also suffers. This is why smart people understand the importance of taking care of both the mind and the body. One of the most important things for brain health is sleep. Sleep is not just about resting your body. Sleep is also very important for your brain. While you sleep, your brain processes information, stores memories, and recovers from mental effort. If you do not get enough sleep, your thinking becomes weaker. You may feel tired, slow, forgetful, and unfocused. A tired brain cannot think well. This is why good sleep is one of the most powerful tools for better thinking and learning. Exercise is also very important. Moving your body improves blood flow and helps your brain function better. Exercise can improve focus, memory, energy, and mental clarity. You do not need intense workouts every day. Even walking, stretching, or light exercise can help. Healthy food also matters. What you eat affects how you feel and how you think. If you constantly eat unhealthy food, your energy and focus may become weaker. But when you give your body healthy food, your brain gets better support. Good nutrition helps your brain stay active and sharp. Rest is another important part of brain health. Today, many people live busy and stressful lives. They work constantly, study constantly, and stay connected to screens all day. Their minds rarely get real rest, but your brain needs breaks. Rest helps your mind recover. Quiet moments help reduce stress and improve mental clarity. Sometimes taking a short break can help your brain perform much better. Remember, becoming smarter is not only about studying more, it is also about taking care of the system that makes learning possible, your brain. So if you want to think better, learn faster, and improve your intelligence, start taking better care of yourself. Sleep well. Move your body. Eat healthy food. Give yourself proper rest. These simple habits may look small, but they have a huge impact over time. Because when your body is healthy, your brain works better. And when your brain works better, learning and growth become much easier. Smart people keep learning forever. Now let's talk about something that truly separates smart people from others. This is not just a habit. It is a mindset that shapes how intelligent people live and grow. Smart people keep learning forever. One of the clearest signs of real intelligence is this. Smart people never think they know everything. They never say, "I know everything." They understand that no matter how much they learn, there is always more to discover, more to understand, and more to improve. This mindset keeps them growing. Sometimes people gain a little knowledge and become overconfident. They stop learning because they believe they already know enough. They stop asking questions. They stop listening. They stop growing. But truly smart people are different. The more they learn, the more they realize how much they still do not know. This is a very powerful realization. At first, this may sound surprising. You may think that learning more would make someone feel like they know everything. But in reality, learning often makes you more humble. Why? Because as your knowledge grows, your understanding of the world becomes deeper. You begin to see how complex life really is. You realize that every subject has layers, depth, and endless opportunities to learn more. This is why real intelligence stays humble. Smart people keep learning because they understand that growth never stops. They know there is always room to improve their skills, knowledge, thinking, and understanding. They stay humble. Humility is powerful because it keeps the mind open. When you stay humble, you remain teachable. You accept that you can learn from others, from experiences, and even from mistakes. Smart people also stay open-minded. Being open-minded means being willing to listen to new ideas and different perspectives. It means not rejecting something immediately just because it is unfamiliar or different from your current beliefs. This does not mean accepting everything blindly. It simply means staying curious and willing to learn. An open mind creates growth. When you combine humility with curiosity, learning becomes a lifelong journey. And this is something beautiful. You do not need to reach a point where learning ends. In fact, learning can continue for your entire life. Every day can teach you something. Every conversation can teach you something. Every experience can teach you something. Life itself becomes your teacher. So if you truly want to become smarter, do not make learning something temporary. Make it a lifelong habit. Keep asking questions. Keep exploring ideas. Keep improving your knowledge and skills. Most importantly, stay humble. Remember, the smartest people are often not the ones who show off their intelligence. They are the ones who stay curious, stay open, and never stop learning. Because real intelligence is not about knowing everything. Real intelligence is about always being willing to learn more. How English learning can make you smarter. Now let's talk about something very important for all of you listening to this podcast. We have talked about smart habits, better thinking, and lifelong learning. But now, let's connect all of this to your own journey as an English learner. Here is something powerful I want you to understand. Learning English can actually make you smarter. Yes, learning English is not only about speaking another language, it is also a powerful way to train your brain. Every day you practice English, your brain is working in important ways. You are learning new words, understanding new sentence structures, listening carefully, and trying to express your ideas clearly. All of this helps strengthen your mind. First, learning English improves your memory. When you learn vocabulary, grammar rules, and useful expressions, your brain works hard to store and remember information. The more you practice, the stronger your memory becomes over time. Second, learning English improves your listening skills. Listening in another language requires focus and attention. You must pay close attention to sounds, words, pronunciation, and meaning. This strengthens your ability to concentrate and understand information more clearly. Third, learning English improves your focus. Learning a language requires patience and consistency. You need to stay focused while reading, listening, speaking, and practicing. Over time, this strengthens your attention and mental discipline. English learning also improves communication. As you learn more English, you become better at expressing your thoughts, ideas, and feelings. You learn how to speak clearly and communicate effectively. This is an important part of becoming smarter because communication is a major life skill. And there is another powerful benefit: confidence. At first, speaking English may feel difficult. You may feel nervous, shy, or afraid of making mistakes. But every time you practice, you become a little stronger. Slowly, your confidence grows. You start speaking more comfortably. You begin trusting yourself more. And this confidence helps you not only in language learning, but in many other areas of life as well. The beautiful thing is this: every single day of English practice trains your brain. Even small practice matters. Every new word you learn, every podcast you listen to, every sentence you speak, and every mistake you learn from is helping your brain grow stronger. So never think your English journey is only about language. You are doing much more than that. You are improving your memory. You are strengthening your focus. You are training your listening. You are improving communication. You are building confidence. And all of this is helping you become smarter. So keep going, keep practicing, keep learning English every day. Because every step you take in English is also a step toward becoming a stronger, smarter, and better version of yourself. Remember this: learning English is not only language practice, it is brain training. As we come to the end of today's episode, I want to leave you with one final message from my heart. Please remember this: you do not need to be born smart to become smart. This is one of the most important ideas we talked about today. Many people spend years believing limiting thoughts like, "I am not smart enough," or "maybe I was just born average." These beliefs quietly stop them from growing. They make people doubt themselves before they even try. But I hope today's episode helped you see something different. Smartness is not fixed. Intelligence is not something only a few lucky people are born with. In many ways, smartness is something you build. You build it through daily habits. You build it through curiosity, through learning, through deep thinking, through learning from mistakes, through better communication, through choosing the right environment, through taking care of your mind and body. Little by little, day by day, these small habits shape the way you think and grow. And this is something beautiful because it means growth is possible for everyone. Yes, growth takes time. You will not become smarter overnight. Real growth is slow. It happens step by step. Sometimes progress feels small. Sometimes it feels invisible. But small progress is still progress. Never underestimate the power of small daily improvement. A few pages of reading each day matter. A few minutes of learning matter. One good question matters. One small improvement matters. Small habits may look simple, but over time, they create powerful change. So if you want to become smarter, do not focus on becoming perfect. Focus on becoming better than yesterday. Start small. Stay consistent. Keep learning. Keep growing. And most importantly, be patient with yourself. Your journey is your own. Growth looks different for everyone. What matters is that you keep moving forward. And to all of you learning English with me, I want to say something special. I am proud of you. Learning English is not easy. It takes effort, patience, and consistency. But every day you practice, you are doing something amazing. You are improving your English, and at the same time, you are training your brain. So keep going. Keep trusting the process. You are growing more than you realize. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today here on Code Your English. I truly appreciate every single one of you for listening, learning, and growing with me. I hope today's episode gave you useful ideas, valuable lessons, and motivation to keep improving yourself. Keep learning, keep improving, keep practicing English, and keep becoming the best version of yourself. I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, take care of yourself, keep growing, and goodbye.